Hello and welcome to the fifth episode of the Bivouac Stories podcast. I have here with me a fellow rally racer and organizer of hard enduro events in Romania, the notorious Felix the Cat Predescu. Welcome, Felix.
Thank you, Dalibor. Hello, people. Hello, world. Happy to be with you this evening to have fun and to chat a little bit about things we like.
Yeah. All right. Can you introduce yourself a little bit? Tell us what you do for a living.
Yeah, my name is Felix Predescu. I'm organizing hard enduro events in Romania. That's it, basically. My life in two sentences. I've been doing this for 60 years now, 16 years. I had an office job before. That's it.
Yeah. What did you do in your office job before you started events?
Fiscal controlling for the small companies.
Yeah, like something like accounting, something like that.
Yeah, controlling
Com-
accounting, something like this.
completely boring compared to hard enduro and the rally, right?
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You're actually the first one of my guests that I met in real life last year at the Romanian Experience Roadbook Experience event. And back then, you were someone who I looked up to. You were already experiencing like the guy uh, to beat or to follow, and you had an impressive bike, and it really inspired me to go much deeper in the rally world. So I wanted to thank you for that.
Thank you. But I
Yeah.
think Claudio made an introduction too big for me because this happened 2 years before when Matias Cervenka was in Romania, and he told, I don't know if I'm pronouncing correctly
Yeah, you did,
his name, yeah, and he told Mati, you better be fast because there is a guy here who will chasing you. And Mati was going to sleep in the first night at 8 o'clock or something because he wanted to be uh, in the best shape for the race tomorrow. And yeah, I remember he overtook me in 1 kilometer and 800 meters or something. And that was it. Yeah. So Claudio is known for over to make description which are not so accurate. Like, oh, Felix is a very impressive rider. Be
I think for me
afraid
there
of
was
him.
there was no introduction. It was just how others were, talking about you and looking up to you, and you just had this vibe around you that you've been there, done that, and this calmness in you, and yeah, that really was impressive. So just
Thank
to give a bit of context, Claudiu is the organizer from Romania as well of the Romania Roadbook Experience, an event where we met last year, and something I definitely recommend for others to try. Kind of very friendly family event that lets you ride a couple of days in the beautiful Romanian forests and mountains while using roadbook navigation. Yeah. So, like you said, you used to, or you still organize, but you used to also compete in hard endurance, I understand. Uh, how did that start? And do you still go over these mad obstacles and up endless hill climbs
you.
in Romania?
I'm not doing it anymore. I didn't compete in professional level or something like this. It was just a hobby, and of course, the level in competitions was bigger and bigger and bigger, and you have to keep it with the level. But it's starting like I like motorcycles and I like mountains, and as years passed by, I didn't have time for going into the mountains and riding the motorcycle, so I have to combine two passions in
Mhm.
one. So this is how it started a long time ago, I can say.
Okay. Okay.
So I still, I am still in love with off-roading, with any kind of bike, hard enduro or rally or just traveling. I I I
Mm.
love this.
All right. All right. So tell us a bit about these events that you organize. As I understand, it's Panorama and also Golden Mountain.
Yeah, there is the first race we organized. It's called Enduro Panorama. It was back in 2009, and will be the 16th edition this year in May in here in Hunedoara County. And 6 years ago, we started another competition in October. It's called uh, it's called Golden Mountain Băița. It's also in Hunedoara County in different area than Enduro Panorama. And I can say now that this year, for the first time, we organized another race, the World Super Enduro Championship in Cluj-Napoca
Hmm.
indoor, and it was in January, and we are going on.
Okay. So
So
you are also behind that. What's your role in this Super Enduro event?
me and the boys, of course, because I'm not the only one working on this. We are a group of friends. We prepared the racetrack in the arena and doing all the organization locally. I mean, we have to find the arena to
Mm.
set everything, to make the track, to clean the track.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually follow the Super Enduro Championship a bit, and as far as I know, the riders were quite unhappy with the track in Cluj. What was your experience in it, and will you change it significantly, or it worked out as you intended?
Yeah, you know, when you first do a job like this, it's kind of difficult to anticipate what a very good track should be. Um, we have a rider in our club who is riding the Super Enduro European Championship. It's the son of it's Sergiu Grecu, the son of Grecu Paul. His father is our boss in our club,
Hmm.
and so we had some advices about how a track should be, but you know, we said, okay, let's make it hard. Let's make them jump long, jump high. And it was interesting that the top pro riders came in the evening before the race on Friday evening and said, this corner. It was the discussion was about just one corner, because
Hmm.
that corner was extremely difficult, and it was okay when we thinking about how the track should be. We didn't think about many riders on the track, because the track was pretty cool and pretty fluent when there was just one rider on it.
Yeah, like for
But
qualification.
yeah, but the corners in the heat of the race were pretty crowded, and the top guys like Billy Bolt and Johnny Walker and a few of others came, and they gave us some advices about how the corner should be. We changed it a little bit, and in the morning after the qualification, there was kind of strike of the top pilots, and they said they will not compete anymore in the finals because that corner is impossible to ride in the heat of the race. So we change it again. So at the end, I think it was okay.
Okay. How was that process? Were they constructive and nice about it, or were
Yeah,
they
yeah,
like
yeah.
mad? Or
No,
yeah,
they were cool. Yeah, they were like friends coming, and it was a friendly discussion, and
yeah,
it was
yeah.
cool. Yeah,
I'm sure they realized that they're helping you also make bigger, better events for next time. Yeah, if there will be a next time.
yeah,
Will there be a next time? Will there be
uh,
another year of this event?
yeah. I think
Okay,
so.
okay. Sounds interesting. Yeah, something for us to look at during the winter. Yeah, very good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So from hard enduro, super enduro, now rally. How did that start, and what is it that actually interests you about it?
Okay, because for the start, I will tell you one thing. I will not organize a rally race. Never. So how does it start? It was the COVID bright side because in
Mhm.
2020 there was not so many possibilities of traveling abroad with a motorcycle. Everything was kind of closed, and I was looking for some place, some country with the sea and with the mountains to go in holiday with my family and to take my motorbike with me to ride for a few days. And I choose the okay, Croatia sounds good. And then browsing on the internet, I found the first edition of the Dinaric Rally. I
Mhm.
said, what is this? And I look at the regulation. It was a GPS race in the mountains. I said, okay, this is the place where I go in September. So I've been there, and like I like to say to Perica, who become a good friend of mine, by the way, I was infected not the COVID virus in 2020. I was infected by the Dinaric virus. So that makes me come back every year. And yeah, that was the beginning when I was thinking about about I the fact I enjoyed the rally and rally ride. Even that the first edition of the Dinaric was not a real rally ride race, but
Mhm.
yeah, and then I came back in Romania and participating in some Roadbook Adventure Challenge events in here in Romania. There's a friendly roadbook race. They have also some roadbook reading uh, classes in the evening, and then you race the next day. So that I can say it was the beginning when I feel like I have to dig a little bit deeper into the rally world.
Okay, okay. What was the bike you used there, and was it something you had in before, or you prepared it for the first generic event?
Yeah, the bike was the 2009 KTM 690. I had it before. I done a lot of traveling with this bike.
Uh
It's
huh. Yeah,
up there.
yeah.
um, it was already prepared for some kind of rally traveling or traveling fast off road because I had the tower and everything. So after the Dinaric, I starting to look at the navigation instruments and everything else, and I rode that bike since 2022.
Okay.
Uh,
Or
it,
until 22.
Also in 22. Yeah,
Right. Okay.
yeah.
Do you still have this bike?
No, I sold it to a friend of mine, to Vlad Mania in Iași, and he's
Yeah.
kicking the bike in rallies as well.
How many kilometers did you have on that bike?
um, Not so many, I think.
You said you traveled and racing as well.
Yeah, 30,000, something like this.
Mhm. Did
On
it require in that time for these races any kind of big maintenance, or was it a smooth experience?
No, the bike was in also the COVID thing in the spring when everything was shut down in Romania. My friend and my mechanic Zoli uh, told me that he gets bored in the in the shop, so I had a lot of parts bought since years to prepare a full rebuild of the bike. And I said to him, "Okay, if you are bored, I give you something to work. Let's do this KTM, do a full rebuild for." But the bike was in perfect condition. Even the piston and everything was just. We
Okay.
were just working for fun then.
Yeah. 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 I I was on a ride just yesterday, and I felt it was not that big of a hit, but broke my radiator, so I'm kind of feeling the pain on my 701 these days. Yeah. Okay. So, what was your first road book event then? If the first Dinaric event was just GPS navigation.
Official race, I think it was an Rally Cup in Romania in Focșani, I think. It was not part of the national championship. It was just an open cup. Yeah, I think this was the first official race.
Interesting. So you have an actual rally championship in Romania. How many races are there?
Not so many, I think 4 stages or something like this.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
but
four events throughout the year.
yeah, 4 events. But I don't know now, and I don't know how it will be next year. But usually, the races were in the flat land and quite far away from my home, so I didn't involve too much in this championship because I like the mountains. So
Mhm. Okay. 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 So what bike do you have now, and why did you choose that particular one?
for rally 601 Husqvarna.
The
Um,
501.
501, sorry.
Yes. Yes.
501, yeah. Um, why did I choose it? Um, it was on sale in December. It was on sale in December at the dealer. No, I wanted 450 or 501 KTM or Husqvarna, doesn't matter. But all the dealers in Romania are selling a lot of 300, 350 the motorbikes for hard enduro. And this was on stop. This bike was on stop, and nobody was sitting from a few months in the shop because nobody is choosing a 501 for hard enduro. There are not so many people who are doing rallies. They are not a big community in Romania. So I get a very good price for it. So I have no other reasons why I choose KTM, Husqvarna instead of KTM, or uh, 501 instead of 450. It was just on stop at a good price.
So if you had any opportunity to pick a bike and just get it for free, what bike would you get for a rally for the events that you attend?
Ooh, this is a difficult question. Hmm. I think I will pick a 690, an old one. Yeah,
Really? So you
yeah.
you regret selling it then?
Uh, it was um, it was a very good bike.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was good for a lot of things. It was good for traveling. It was good for rally. It was good to going to the coffee in the city.
Mm.
I can do a lot of things with that bike. It's
Why?
harder of
Yeah. Yeah. Why
uh,
an older one?
yeah, because I'm not trusting the newer models, and I don't know why. Don't ask me why. Um, I know an older one, 2012 or something like this.
Okay. But those
It's,
those already had fuel injection or they were
yeah,
carbureted?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Fuel
So
injection
fuel
since
injection, but yeah, none of the. Did they have ABS?
no,
No. Okay. So no
no.
ABS, no traction control, no engine
Yeah.
modes, nothing like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
we die like real man.
Okay. Okay. In the rocks, right? Yes, yes. So now you have a 501. I saw it last year. It really looked beautiful. It had, to me, quite a lot of modifications, very nice and impressive modifications. Could you walk us through what you have on the bike and maybe why? What are your favorite parts?
The seat concept, um, seat, it's my favorite because I'm old and I need comfort when
Hmm.
sitting. Um, mm, a piece of art is the tower. I have to admit it. Yeah, can I say the company?
Yeah, absolutely, sure.
It's an Aurora tower, and not even it's a piece of art looking at it, but it's very strong. Last year in Dinaric Rally, which was pretty rough, the last year Dinaric. Um, a lot of the guys, I mean, maybe all the guys, not from my friends, all the guys in the bivouac were uh, working on the screws, on the towers, and trying to fix some bended towers and some cracked towers. And I didn't touch a screw from my tower.
Okay.
As you know, in a road book experience, I had a pretty uh, s- mm, serious crash, and a piece of the tower bended a little bit, but it was fully functional, and I could go another 10 days with it, no problem. And I talked with the people in the Greece at Aurora, and I sent them an email. Hello, I had a pretty big crash, and this part is a little bended, and they said, "Oh no, that part cannot be bent. It's too strong. It's." I say, "Okay, but I can send you pictures and everything," and I send them pictures, and they say, "Oh, it was pretty serious. Are you okay?" Yes, I'm okay. I have nothing. And they offered me a new part with the request to send the part to their their office to study the forces, and it was pretty nice from them to do like this. And they say they need a broken part to study what kind of impact, what kind of forces to
Yeah,
make better
yeah,
products. So
yeah,
it
yeah.
was, I said, oh, these guys really care about their work and
Mm.
trying to improve things.
So to give a
Uh,
bit of context, Felix went straight in a fast section next to a river last year, and he somehow, I would say, forgot. You forgot to take a left turn. You went straight into a ditch, into like a riverbed, and I was supposedly the next one to go. I completely didn't see anything, and it was just somewhere in there, not dying luckily, but that's how I understood you have the nickname the cat. So, and I understand this is not the only incident that you kind of had and survived without almost a scratch. So, what else happened to you? How did you earn the nickname?
yeah, that's the guys, the riding buddies gave me that nickname because I have a strange uh, like when I feel that the crash is gonna come, I'm jumping off the bike, and it's a kind of strange type of landing, like a cat. So they gave me the nickname. But seriously speaking, what I can advise for the people is don't keep the bike and fall with the bike, because you will not gonna save it if you keep your handlebar and you are like this on the bike. You are not gonna save the bike for braking or something like this, but you will fall harder if you feel like, are you gonna lose control? Better leave the bike and try to land somehow. And it's important to ride in a standing position, because it's usually easier to jump off the bike in when the
Yeah,
bad
yeah,
things are coming.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. And I wanted to ask about the seat concept seat. You have the extra large version or just the
Yeah,
tall comfort one? The extra
the,
large.
the
Okay.
extra large with all the
Super padding. Yeah.
yeah, super padding. Yeah.
Okay. I will include a clip for the viewers to see because I recorded a walk around your bike. It was just something to remember and to look at. But one other thing I noticed is you had this special handlebars with all these bars and on it. What is it and why do you use it? Is it good? What difference does it make?
It has the flex handlebar. Um, it they said it's much stronger than the original one, and you cannot break it easily. Another advantage is the vibration dampings. It has included in the ends of the bar. And
Mhm.
another reason why I chose it is about those rails in the middle, when you can add extra navigation or safety equipment, because in rallies they gave you all kind of safety equipment, from the small one to some bigger
Mhm.
buzzers and receivers and whatever, and you need to find place on tower or on your handlebar too. And those parallel rails helps a lot placing the instruments on it. Yeah, it's
Okay. Okay.
that's it. And
My first.
sorry. And
It's okay.
your turn.
Go on.
Yeah.
Okay, my first guest was Tobias Epster, who rides with just a small bar. With yeah, now he's in Abu Dhabi, racing with the big guys. But he said that for European rallies like Dinaric and Hellas and whatnot, he prefers just a very light bike with not too many modifications. Actually, it's almost stock, and he has just like a headlight mount for the road book. What do you think of this solution? Is it any better? Are you happy with actually having a tower and maybe having more bulk in front? What's your view on it?
Uh, I suppose that Tobias knows better because he's fast as hell, man. I saw him in Dinaric 2 years or 3 years, and I saw him in the bivouac, not on the
Mhm.
track, of course, because on the track he was far away. Anyway, um, actually, I think he's right. Um, Light is right. Um, if you find an light mount on the handlebar to like he has, I think it's a winning solution. Um, Also, I think if you are working a little bit when you install that mount and your navigation instrument, if you are careful with the wires and everything, then it's very easy to take it off and ride some enduro or whatever you
Yeah,
want, and then mount it back. But you have to admit that it looks better with the tower.
tower does look good, but I went with the way of a small mount as well. I got in touch with the manufacturers of Tobias Epster's mount. It's called
Yeah,
Hasimoto in
happy,
Austria.
yeah, I know.
Yeah, and what's great about it is that it also creates space for the wires behind the headlights. So it's really easy. I can definitely recommend that. I will try it this season. But yeah, on my 701, I prefer to have a tower for the navigation and just But it's also more traveling, like you said. I wanted to ask about your because you participated in Dinaric and other events on the 690 as well as now on the 501. How big a difference does it really make? And is it a lot harder on the 690? What's your view?
Um, you know, it was strange. I knew 690 so well, and I know what tires to choose for that terrain. I know how to adjust the suspension for that terrain for that race. And for sure, it's easier with a smaller bike. But I felt that I did a better race. I had more fun on the 690 because I made the wrong tire. I chose the wrong tires for the last competition. The tires were very hard, and the I didn't make the suspension adjustments. The suspension was adjusted for the desert race, so I said, it's okay. It's a very good suspension. It will work at the Dinaric. If I did it with the suspension from the 2008, from the
Mhm.
690, I will fly with this. But that was wrong. So last year I had fun, of course. The bike it's faster on curvy roads and in very difficult sections. But overall, I can say I had more fun with the 690. But I will
Okay.
give the Husqvarna another try in September.
Mhm. All right. Can you speak about the specific settings you recommend? I mean, not how many clicks, but which direction do you go with suspension, and what tires you had bad experience with, and what you would go with next time to a rocky event like Dinaric Rally?
Um, okay, my friends will laugh now. Uh, I was there with the most expensive tires on the planet, I think. I was with the Michelin Desert Race,
Hmm.
which were great. I did the whole race with just one tire.
Hmm.
They are very strong. They did not. After 2 days, they were like new, kind of. But they were too hard for the rocky terrain, and the mousses were new, and they were also too hard. And the Michelin tracker on some friend's bike was pretty good. The any kind of medium enduro tire was good, and don't go with new mousses. Just use them a little bit, not trash them, but use them a little bit before to get softer. Any kind of medium mousse is good, I think. And about the suspension, as you know, there is an endless conversation, and there are um, thousands of opinions. Um, I my personal satisfaction is to have it to have the suspension set it good for high speed, because in lower speed you can you can control your bike with no problem, any kind of clicks you have or any kind of settings. There is not so much problem in lower speed. But if you get it set it for higher speed, you will feel good and confident on faster sections, and you will be safer in faster sections where bad things can happen. Because if you drop your bike at 10 kilometers per hour, it's not a big deal.
Yeah. That's something that really stuck with me from what you said last year when we met. That the suspension, big or better suspension, doesn't only improve your ride comfort, but it actually increases safety because of what impacts it can work out for you, and yeah, it doesn't mess up your driving.
Yeah, I'm still saying this. It for let's say hobby riders like me, because I'm not professional. I'm not going to be professional. I'm not. I don't want it to be. Uh, better suspension means a safer race and increase your chances to get home back in one piece for sure.
Okay. Okay. Now you mentioned that you were at all the editions of the Dinaric Rally, and you were at this adventure road book event in Romania. What other events did you attend so far?
Last year, I did my first desert race in Tunisia. It was the Phoenix Rally.
Mm.
It was my first, not my first meeting with the dunes, but first time racing into the dunes. It was a incredible experience. I knew I liked the desert, but racing in the desert is something amazing, at least for me, because you know the things you are going through are so deep. I mean, if you are losing your way, if you are losing your road book in a race in Europe, you are just losing your way and going back and find your right way. But if you are losing your way into the desert, you can be real lost. I mean, lost for real, because there are not so many uh, things who you can uh, that can guide you, like roads and trees or mountain peaks. Or of course the experienced desert guy will say, okay, you have the sun, you have the I don't know what the stars. But I felt okay, let's stay sharp, let's concentrate onto the navigation, because I don't know how I can make my way out from this if I get lost, because sometimes the wind blows so hard, so your tracks disappear in 10 minutes, and you have to trust your road book, you have to trust your skills, and trying to ride faster if you can.
Yeah. Most people don't know this, but that's actually how the Dakar Rally started. The organizer of Dakar Rally, the original one, Thierry Sabine, was traveling in Africa, and he got lost, completely lost. He was, I think, left alone for 3 days until someone found him, and he abandoned the bike there. He found it years later when planning events. But yeah, they told him that from now on, every day you live is extra. So he made it special, and he left the Dakar Rally for us. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
Okay. So, how did you prepare for an event in dunes? You said it was not your first contact with it.
Now I was traveling in Morocco a few years before, so I rode the dunes then. Um, what I learned is you cannot prepare for the dunes except in the dunes. You cannot for the sand riding, I mean. We have some kind of sand here in just around my town. I can find some sandy tracks or some places with sand, but the sand we are talking about from Sahara is different kind of sand. It's my impression that you cannot prepare for that just there. Okay, you can prepare physically, you can have many hours of riding, because every hour riding is preparing you for something. But you cannot be good in the dunes if you are not riding the dunes. It's my opinion, because it's
Yeah. Yeah.
different planet there.
And as I understand, the dunes are different in every region in Africa as well. Like, for example, the sand in Tunisia is known to be very, very soft. It's fish, and it's different than in Saudi Arabia, and that's different in Algeria or Morocco. So yeah, I understand. You can't prepare much other than just be there and do the best
And
you
try
can.
to do your best. Yeah. Also, there is a science, I believe, or and the a sense of people living there about reading the sand and the dunes. It was funny that in Tunisia was a Tunisian rider with us in the race, and we asked him. His name is Sofian, and asked him, Sofian, at the start, where is the best line I can choose? And he say, okay, look on the right, you see that small something. Then on the left, where is the sand is a little darker or lighter. And we said, Sofian, it's the same. It's not difference. I can't see what you are talking about. I said, no, how can you don't see? You see the right, the left. Man, I can see. You need the experience, and you need to know how is the sand in the morning and who know how is the sand in the afternoon when the sun is up, and yeah, you need
Okay.
to ride actually there a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
As I understand, you're also preparing for a rally right now. Where are you heading?
Yeah, we are preparing for the Carta Rally in Morocco. It's in 1 week. The guys are on the boat tomorrow morning with the vans and the bikes, and some of us are flying on Friday morning. The rally is starting on Sunday, 2,000 kilometers of special stages, which I'm scared in, in 7 days. So we hope everything will be okay and we'll have fun. Yeah.
All right. What goes through your mind at this stage? How do you prepare the bike, your gear, and yourself for an event like that?
In Usually I try to prepare physically in winter. This was not the case this winter because I know what happened, so I'm not prepared physically. Um, the bike is in good shape. I mean, I usually keep my bikes in a very good shape technically. I have to thank my friend and my mechanic Zoli, because he's taking care of the bikes, making all the maintenance and everything. For this rally, I just changed the usual shit like new bearings in the wheels, and uh, brakes, brake pads, brake fluids. Nothing bigger, but like I told you, the bike is in quite good condition every time, and I'm trying to change the parts sooner than they recommends. And
Even like the big internal parts, like the piston, the shaft.
no, with that I will go after the manual, so the official recommendations. Yeah. But the
Okay.
things like chain and brake pads and oil and fluids in the brakes and in the clutch,
Mhm.
and things like this.
So if you do prepare physically, how do you do it? What kind of
Um,
preparation do you do?
it's nothing special. I try to run 4 times a week, 5-10 kilometers per running. Depends on how I feel, but it's not like, I hate running. And when my daughter was a little girl, I was taking her to all all types of activities like English or dancing or things like that. And I was sitting in the car or in the coffee shop waiting for 1 hour for her to finish, because 1 hour it was too too it was not enough for me to come home and go back. And one day I said, with my eyes like this from looking at the phone, I said, okay, I need to do something with this time, because I'm going crazy browsing the phone. I need to do something else with all this waiting time. So I started to run.
Hmm.
This was a long time ago. And I started to run, but I discovered that on the streets in the town, and I felt good. And I discovered that I cannot break this running during the holidays or during the winter, because it's crazy difficult to start again, to build all the things you built, to do it again. So I keep running actually. And I'm not going to gym or something like this. I'm doing some mountain biking because I have hills just here at 5 minutes from my home. I have nice mountain bike tracks, and that's it.
Okay. How do you train on a bike in Romania? Are there, for example, some cross-country races, or do you have anything where you have opportunity to train navigation?
There are few events. The one the Claudio event, the Roadbook Experience. There is another event, the Roadbook Adventure Challenge, and I think this is all for the roadbook training.
Mhm.
And for the riding training, just ride.
Okay. Do you maybe reuse some of the old road books so that you go again on the same tracks from these events, or you just attend the event?
Yeah. I did a couple of trips to ride with on the same track with the road book, but with some friends who didn't took part in the event, and I was just following them and helping them to find the right way. Yeah,
Mm.
I didn't feel like so much fun in riding again on the same road book. It's
Yeah.
it's kind
Yeah.
of a pleasure for me to to do it once, to discover the right way, and that's it. The second one, when I'm kind of knowing the way, it's not so much fun. I will do it, but not with the same big pleasure like the first time.
Mhm. Mhm. Now, I know that you had paper road book last year, and this time to Carta Rally, you're going with a digital road book. How did that come about, and what did you choose?
Uh, this came because they only accept digital ones, so it was not my choice. It was I had to make the switch, and one of the friends from the team which I go to, it kind of friend of, or it's working together with Jan, if I remember correctly, from Carpe Iter. And
Mhm.
he was so kind to send us 3 tablets to use for the rally, and to make this change from paper to digital. So we got some issues connecting the wires and keeping the original buttons for the trip masters, and uh, having just the roadbook scroll on the uh, lever, the old one I
Mhm.
had on the bike, but we with the help of the guys from Carpe Iter, we solved the all the problems, I hope, and we'll see how it's going to be digital. I actually like the setup and the how things are staying there on the bike. Let's test them in a real race.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what's your solution for the connectivity to Tripmasters and to the tablet
It was
with the original button?
the RNA ARN Bluetooth adapter, which connects the uh, original scroller for the roadbook with the tablet, and I cannot dismount the Tripmaster, even that the tablet has his own Tripmaster, or the software has the Tripmaster, but I cannot just throw everything from the bike. So I kept my Tripmaster, just one of them, and because I'm used to look where the Tripmaster is, so I didn't want to make the change too big.
I think it's definitely a good option. I had Tripmasters in the tablet, and that basically makes then your roadbook a lot smaller, and everything is much more difficult to see. So having them externally is definitely good if you're serious about actually racing. Why one Tripmaster? You don't
Because
need a second one?
the race will be secured by a Stella device. So Stella device has the cap always on screen.
Mhm.
So it will be working like this. I will put the Stella device up in the right upright where the second Tripmaster was. So I think it will be working.
Okay.
And in the worst case, well, if I have the software Tripmasters in the tablet, so
You have a backup. Yeah.
yeah, or I will
Okay.
follow some car or something like this, some truck. Yeah, our main goal is just to finish and have fun.
Yeah. I'll be curious about your experience when you've returned. So please do let me know
Yeah,
once
yeah,
you're
for
back.
sure, for sure.
Okay. Okay. Um, One of the last questions I have is: are you going to be at this year's roadbook experience in July?
Yeah, for sure,
Then I will look
definitely.
forward to meet you there. All right, that's it from my side, Felix. Thank you for so much for coming in, for your insight, for your experience. I hope this information will be useful for others and inspiring as well as it was to me. So thanks again.
Thank you, thank you. Um, but you know, there is a word in Romania. It sounds like uh, don't. Let me think about translation. Um, don't do what the priest does. Do what the priest says. So, so it's it's. Um, I had. I hope people, friends who are watching you and me, not to take my words as this is the absolute truth, because it isn't. We all have truths. We all have things what are good for us and not for others. Um, Regarding the motorcycling and races and rally, um, everybody should find his way of having fun into this. So this is the beauty, that the feelings are different for every single person and everybody. Because if you ask me what makes me happy riding, I maybe get some answers, but for other people is different, and that's the beauty, I think.
Indeed, it is. All right. Thank you, Felix. You have a great
Thank you,
evening.
Dalibor. You too.
Until next time. See you.
See you. Bye.
Bye.